Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about number two in my series of the path to true happiness, and that's giving up control. This is an important topic because if we don't learn to give up control, then we can't really focus on ourselves and doing what's best for ourselves and really taking care of ourselves. If we're trying to focus and control everything outside, not to mention it's not loving or honoring of other people to try to control them. And I'm guilty as charged, so I can raise them right now because I struggle with this a lot. And many of you out there probably struggle with it too. So let's get into the topic. So the first one is going to be, and this is going to sound really simple, but think of this more like an everyday practice. So what really brings all of this into a circle is the serenity prayer. And the serenity prayer is a good place when you are looking for how do you start giving up control. So the first step is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. How many of us try to change a person, to change a situation, instead of just seeing it for what it is, accepting it for what it is, right? And then, well, what do I need to do because it's not the way I want it to be or need it to be, or doesn't make me feel good? You just accept the situation. Okay, this sucks. What am I going to do about it? Instead, hey, I'm going to try to change this thing. For instance, if it's a guy, I'm going to try to make this guy into what I want him to be. Because, well, like, why not? But is that really honoring and loving of him? No, it's not. And it's not honoring and loving of what you want and what you deserve if you're trying to change someone who isn't right for you to what you want them to be. And the same thing, if someone tried to do it to you, it wouldn't feel good to you if someone tried to change you. So really saying this to ourselves, grant God, higher power, whatever you believe in, grant me the serenity to accept what I cannot change. And that means developing a moment-to-moment awareness to notice when you're not accepting life and you're trying to change what's happening around you, whether that be a person, a situation, whatever's going on that you don't like, and you're putting your energy into changing it instead of putting your energy into, okay, how am I going to handle this? What do I need to do? That's the first step. The second step is giving you the courage to change the things I can. So you do need courage to, instead of trying to do the same old, instead of trying to fix and change a person or situation to your liking and make it to what you want and what you need, and looking within and saying, okay, how do I need to handle this situation? For instance, if it's a situation like you don't like your job, you could try to change it there, and you could try to make it to what you want it to be. But that's a lot of wasted energy, and you're trying to control things outside of yourself, and you're making your life harder than it has to be, and it becomes this huge struggle. Instead of having the courage to say, okay, well, I'm going to have to make a decision. Do I want to stay here? Do I want to be in this environment to take that big step forward in a new direction that where you're uncertain of the outcome? It can be scary. So you can definitely be afraid of changing how things have been, being out of your comfort zone, and it takes courage. So that's the second step. The third step is to have the wisdom to know the difference, right? How do you have and develop the wisdom so that you know what things that you can't change and what things you just need to accept? And then what things do you need to walk away from and wash your hands of and be done forever? So it takes a lot of wisdom for you to know, to be able to, okay, is this something that I can influence and it's amendable to change? Or is this something that I just need to leave alone and actually run away from because it's not serving me and it's not serving what I want or what I need? When you practice these steps and you start developing the awareness, I love, her name is Dr. Margaret Paul, and she says, we have two intentions in everything we do. And it's either to control the situation or to accept the situation. And then you can test yourself on how controlling you really are the next time someone talks to you and says something that you don't like or disagree with. Notice if you have the intention to try to control and change them and make them give you what you want, or is your intention to understand where they're coming from. And then you can simply say, well, this is what I want. Can you give that to me? Instead of trying to make them give you what you want. It's going to take developing that awareness so that you know how you show up and that you're more conscious and aware so that you can practice the serenity to accept the things you can't change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And it will take, for me, it took a significant amount of time. So this is something you can change, and it just takes developing that awareness and practicing it in real time. It can be very challenging to learn to stop controlling and start taking care of yourself. But how I look at it is I can either try to control everything outside of myself to make myself happy, which is a lot of wasted mental energy, emotional energy. It's just a huge waste. Or do I want to take care of myself? So that's the mindset I personally have. And I have trauma in my past. And that mindset really helped me to make a conscious change in the moment of what am I doing? Am I trying to change someone else and fix them? Or am I trying to take care of myself? And noticing which one I'm putting my energy to. If I'm trying to take care of myself, then I can accept the situation and know and ask myself, okay, well, what do I need to do that's best for me? The other way is, okay, well, I don't like this and I want it to change, and I'm going to put my energy towards fixing and changing the person. And it means not taking care of yourself.